Alright, so on my previous video, the pump actually froze, it seized. It was full of oil, it was ready to go. It froze as I was actually video recording it, so I already removed it off the tank, and as you can see there, I bought a new one and had to get a whole gallon of air compressor oil. The only reason I got another V-twin was because they didn't have the other twin cylinder pump, so I was told I would get it, they would bring it in tomorrow. They're getting a new shipment tonight, but I just couldn't wait, and I'm not going to pay another 30 bucks or hang out over there just to get another pump. So hopefully, I have my fingers crossed, this one will actually work out for me. If not, I'm going to be one pissed off mother, I'll tell you right now. I'll be doing an unboxing, or a second unboxing of this compressor pump. I don't think I got a real good shot of the last time I unboxed the air compressor pump. You get your manual. I feel like this is all deja vu. I'm doing this for the second time already. So you get your left-handed thread bolt for your flywheel. And of course the pump, number this very special pump, and hopefully it doesn't burn out on me. There's the flywheel. Right on the bottom here, I'm going to do the actual filters. Filter number 2, and of course the pump itself. There she is. I'm gonna fill it with some oil now. I'll mount it back up on the pump. Should be pretty easy. Maybe like a 5-minute installation because everything's already ready and set to go. And run it for a while, flush it, and then, well, actually you gotta break it in first. Anyways, I'm gonna get to throwing this on. Alright, so it's getting dark over here, and just got done with a pump. It only took maybe about 10 minutes, 15 at the most. Everything was just ready to just slap it on and hook it up. But I'm gonna do a break-in on it now. And what I actually filled the little sucker up with all the way to the top there. It's a little over full, but I switched out I switched the oil in the pump. I actually even took off the crankcase breather, and there's a bearing in there right under that I actually poured air compressor oil in there just to get it going, make sure everything's lubed up. And yeah, I shook it up, I tipped it over and everything. I got some good oil in there. It can't be the lack of oil. Actually, even the flywheel feels a lot, and I mean a lot lighter than the other one. This pump actually seems even, I don't know, even it seems lighter. It's heavy, but it's much lighter than the other design. So I don't know if it's just me though. It could be just me, but I think this one, I don't know, it just looks a little bit different. And there's actually, like, you can, if you turn it by hand, you can actually hear, like when I turned the flywheel by hand, I actually heard more air going through the check valve than the other one. So I don't know, I'm hoping that this is going to be better, hopefully. That this one won't give me no problems. But anyways, I'm going to give it a start up here. I don't have a filter sensors on it now, but I gotta put those on. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but it's actually building up pressure. I hear it. It's getting much, much louder. It actually sounds different too. Alright, so I wasn't able to finish the video yesterday evening, so this is going to be like the final part. I installed the pump last night. I broke it in just like the other pump, like the previous pump, and I ran it for half an hour with the drain valve open, and it was building up pressure, but it wasn't an excessive pressure. It wasn't more than 20 psi. And it stayed cool. It stayed pretty cool. Nothing froze on me. It actually still turns. It should. I hope it does. I didn't check for that, but yeah, it still turns. So it didn't seize on me. And after I broke it in, I let it build pressure. Got it all the way up to it was dark, so I thought it was maybe like at 120 psi. I turned the valve on right now, and it's holding at 100 and close to 110. It's about 108. Unsure. I think it stayed there all night, but it didn't leak, because if it would have leaked, it would have been like my previous pump. I broke it in. I broke this one in just like the other one. This one has not given me problems. The other one, I mean, it wasn't my fault. It just really wasn't my fault. Sometimes chicken, sometimes feathers, and that's the way things go. Sometimes you get something bad out of the box. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. I mean, that's just the way things go. Same thing with life. So, you know, things happen. So, but I mean, I think this pump's gonna last me. I haven't had no troubles with it last night. I'm gonna run it for a while and see how it's doing, and then I'm gonna actually change the fluid, because I could tell the fluid's a little bit dirty on the pump. Alright, so I've already finished adjusting that bullwhip. Now, for my viewers out there that don't know what a bullwhip is, or an unloader valve, I'll show that real quick. People that do know, they know what I'm talking about. But anyways, this is the control valve right there. That's an unloader, and it's an adjustable unloader. And this is my bullwhip, and it hooks up to the unloader. Now I had to buy this separately, but I'll start off by saying this is the vent right here. So when it gets to a certain pressure, I adjust it right here. I can adjust it, the cut in and the cut out pressure right here. And if I want it to unload at 120 psi, all I gotta do is just adjust it right there. And once it gets to 120 psi, it'll unload all the air from the pump. All the air from the line will just vent out and cool the actual unloader device here, the whole control device. And it'll actually, the way I have it positioned along the flywheel here, that air is going to just go all over the pump and just cool everything much faster. Once the pressure drops to a certain point, the unloader will close and it'll start pumping air back into the tank. Now, this tank also has a check valve, or this control device has a check valve, and it's built in, so the air can only go in one way. It won't back out. So that also relieves stress on the pump. Now if I had it direct, like I used to have my previous one, all the pressure was always constantly on the head. And what ended up with the other one, it would have lasted a lot longer if I would have had an unloader valve on my previous pump, because the air would have just gone in one way, and whatever air would have stayed in here would have just leak out, because they all leak eventually. Even when they're new, they still have leaks. The reed valves aren't perfect. They're not gonna hold air. So right now there's probably no pressure in there, because all the pressure's in here, and it's actually on the check valve. All the pressure's on the check valve, so there's nothing that's backing out. There's no back pressure here. There's no pressure in the line right now. That's why it makes it much easier to start also. And what happens also when it gets to 120 psi, or whatever psi I have it adjusted to, it actually it comes out through there's actually a port in here, and air is shoved into this bullwhip. Now the bullwhip has a line attached to it, and that line goes to the throttle, and that is connected right there, and that's what actually controls the throttle on the engine. So as the pump gets up to 120 psi and it unloads, also the bullwhip controls the idle. It actually lowers the engine RPM, and that allows the engine to cool off a little bit too, and it also saves gas, especially on something like this because it's portable. So that's pretty much the basics on how a bullwhip works, and a unloader or a control device. It's all built into one. I did have to buy the bullwhip separately, but you can get these. You can get them with the bullwhip attached. It just costs a lot more. Now, if any of my viewers want to know about the bullwhip or where I got that bullwhip, just drop me a comment and I'll give you the link where you can get that for super cheap. I can tell you where to get that for super cheap. It's actually, I got it for a good deal. Usually that stuff runs in the hundreds, but it didn't even cost me that close. But anyways, what I'm gonna do, right now it's unloaded. The vent is open, so it's gonna make for a quick start on the engine because it's currently at 120 psi. I can actually get up that far. All right, let's see. There it is, 120 psi. And right now it's leaking a little bit of air from my moisture trap, but I gotta redo the threads on the, wrap the threads with Teflon tape. So that like hissing sound that you hear is the unloader. It's venting out all the air. It's not filling up the tank. I need to drop the pressure so the tank can fill up. So as you can hear it kicked in automatically. I didn't touch it. It's about to kick back. It's actually, the unloader's going to start unloading now. So I counted 2 minutes and 22 seconds that it took for it to get from 90, a little under 90 psi to 125 psi. Right now I have it shut off. But 2 minutes, well, let's round it off to 2 minutes and 30 seconds for it to build up from 90 to 125 is not bad at all. And that's at a decent engine RPM. I could actually turn it up a little bit more and get this baby cranking, but there's no need. I'm not powering any like high pressure tools or anything like that. So, and not only that, this thing just recharges fast. So overall, this pump is doing good. I'm gonna change the oil on it now, but once I do that, I'm just gonna start painting. I'm going to get to painting and just doing a little bit of plasma cutting. I will do an update video to this though, or one every 3 to 6 months, and I'll just pretty much keep my viewers out there, or my regular viewers, updated on this compressor pump. I can't say I recommend it or I don't. I mean, it's a good pump so far. It really charges up fast. I mean, I can get this thing empty and start it up, and I figure in about 10 minutes it's already up at 125 psi. It might even take less than that. It actually builds up pressure much faster when it's actually empty. It's been a little adventure. It's taken about a week already, just screwing around with my compressor. A week of downtime actually, and a whole bunch of wasted money. I mean, I could have always bought a Ingersoll, and that thing would have cost me $1,500. I made my own here, portable air compressor. Even though I spent a lot of money between having to go out to the store and do returns, and the engine and the tank and gas and like unloader valves and all that, it's about a $600 compressor, but hey, it's still cheaper than one of those top of the line brands, and I made it myself, so I'm proud of what I make. I made it myself. It works, and hopefully it works for much longer. Thank goodness for that warranty. But if anything goes wrong, I guess I can always get another one, but I shouldn't have any more problems. The previous pump was just a lemon is what it was, a straight up lemon. It was not my fault. I broke it in just like I broke in this one, and I haven't had no problems with this. It's not this actually. This pump is not even heating up. I can touch it right now. All in all, I'm happy with the results. I'm happy with my pump, with my air compressor now. Maybe I have to do a little bit of modifying to the moisture trap or whatever, but that's all right. That's small stuff. What I am going to do now though is make a bracket, and I'm going to put my battery so I can use the electric start instead of pulling it. Because don't get me wrong, I like to pull start it all right, but there's just those days where I'm not in the mood, and I'd rather just start that darn thing up with the electric starter. So anyways, I want to thank you guys as always for watching my videos. Until next time, thanks for watching.